Welcome to Words of Wisdom and Guidance. How are you today? What's happening? How are you doing? Well, lovely day, beautiful, glorious evening. The sun has come out. There's a little bit of a breeze, but definitely a beautiful evening. And I've had a wonderful day. Spent some time with my parents. I had my face done. I've just been cleaning, tack and what have you, and selling, putting things up for sale. It's about clearing. It's about cleaning. It's about those little things that are just sitting there. Just get rid of them. You know, make a little bit of money on Marketplace, whatever. Just get on and do now. That's the answer this week, isn't it? And I did a little bit of something for my mom as well. That's been nagging a couple of weeks as well. So yeah, I'm going to continue with this sort of clearing. And I was sort of really thinking about how important it is when we are doing our clearing, where we don't just get sort of tugged back in. And it's kind of like, you know, I could have had a bowl of crisps earlier because I was hungry and I had an apple. Right? So it's kind of like that. It's like, you don't need to go back, you know, you want to watch your weight, you want to look nice in a bikini in a week's time. Don't just, you know, veg out, keep busy, do something, and have a nice bit of fruit. Now, after I've finished my beautiful reading with you guys, I'm going to go and have my dinner. And that is how it's important to really recognize how you're making a change. I'm not going backwards. I'm determined. I'm going to go forward. So maybe you feel the same way. It's just very interesting. So this morning when I was doing my reading on TikTok and what have you, we had sort of infinite rainbow and spirituality and some lovely, beautiful cards coming up. It was a really lovely energy, but it was an energy of, I sort of started quite high and went down a level to sort of this sort of, I just want to say, like, it wasn't a lower energy. It was just a sort of a restful energy. It was just sort of turn it down a notch. Just bring it to that moment. That's how it felt this morning. And I'll be honest, I still feel it right now when I sat down. But while I was sorting out what cards and what have you I was using and everything, my beautiful spirit song cards from yesterday were on the table from yesterday that I did with you guys. Went to pick them up and take them off the table, and one card literally said, no, stay, I'm staying. And it was this one. And I was like, what is this card? Number 6, love, choice and trust. And yesterday when I went to do my reading, I chose these cards instead of, and I was going to use my pink Victorian Tarot. And I really feel the love in these ones. So today we're going to use that Victorian pink tarot, and we're going to see what this love is that spirit is giving us guidance to. And I've kept this number 6 love for the spirit song tarot on the table, but I just want to read it to us so we have the sort of start, because maybe you're waiting for love like me. Maybe you're waiting for love, and I just keep getting notifications that are just what I don't want to see. But anyway, we'll go with what the flow is. Spirit is really testing me right now. Very easy to go and eat that bowl of chips. Let me just say that to you, right? Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm like, literally, don't do it. You know, it's like when you give up smoking, don't have that cigarette. You know, I'll just have the one. Don't do it. Choice and trust. The fiercely loyal wolf walks through life with confidence and endurance. He brings faith and intuition to all forms of love, communicative and affectionate. A wolf trusts in the power of love and in the bonds of companionship. His primal howl is an expression of living life with passion and the desire for connection. He finds strength and unity while also maintaining his independence. Wolf lends his discipline and harmony in relationship building and decision making. He urges you to sing the song of your heart's essence. Tune into your inner voice for guidance. Through this, you will access the wisdom needed in making the best choices. So it's choice, trust, commitment, devotion, passion, companionship, harmony, and divine connection. So are you opening your heart still? Remember I talked to you about my higher heart chakra literally being blown apart the other day over the weekend. And my weekend, I was actually saying it to my beautician, you know, it was like a big red cross across the whole weekend. And she was like, it's not ready, you're not ready, it wasn't ready, you've got to accept that. I'm like, I know, I've got to accept it. When my person arrives, I will know it. So I'm trusting in this. In the meantime, stick with the love you have for yourself. Stick with the love you have for your spirit team, your divine connection, your higher self, whatever all of it. Just think of the love that you are putting out, because that is what will come back for you. So it makes sense, doesn't it? You know, if there was a catalogue from spirit to say, well, what are you picking? But you've got to show me it. You've got to literally tell. So do it. Pick that. You know, I want to feel blessed. I want to be communicated with in a positive, beautiful, open, honest, truthful way. I want to feel passion. So feel it. Feel the passion. Be passionate about something yourself. Be passionate about what you're doing as your sole purpose, or what you're doing in your projects or jobs, or what are you doing in your life. You know, maybe that gratitude, that love that you give out for the fact that you have come so far, and you love you. How do you love your body? Today I do my beautician. I think, oh, I really want to look after myself. You know, at the end of the day, it's my turn. And I know that, and I'm really having to not go back into the old ways of thinking of, you know, oh, the children always came first. Always. No, it's my turn now. My children are grown. My children have their own jobs. You know, they earn their own money. I'm not having to do any of that anymore. I will give them my love always, but I don't have to think about not giving to me anymore. So, important lesson here. I'm talking like this for a reason. I also want us to just run through, before we pick our little guidance off the calendar, our affirmations, this list that has been sitting here for the last couple of days that is important for us to keep saying. I honor endings and I create space for new beginnings. So do your cleaning up, okay? I honor my past, but I do not give it the power to control my future. I am safe to surrender. I choose alignment over attachment. I no longer choose what isn't choosing me. I am shedding the version of me that kept me small. I embody my next level with confidence and ease. It's almost as if the universe is rigged in my favor. So every day I'm becoming the happiest, the richest, the healthiest, the most successful version of myself. Universe, show me how good it gets. And so it is. All right. So there we have our beautiful affirmations today. And now we'll get our little calendar guidance. Here it is. The hardest days will eventually pass. Well, we know that. Energy changes. We know that on the other side of darkness is light. We know that tomorrow morning the sun will rise. We know that tonight the moon will appear. So we know there's always going to be some changes. We need to remember that. Nothing is impossible. So even those dreams that you once had, they were there for a reason. They helped you in some way. They might have inspired you in other ways that you haven't yet recognized. Look at that. Interesting. So recognize that, you know, you can have whatever you want if you trust in what it is that you want. And you believe in what it is that you want. And it's fundamentally going back to you believe in who you are. And that's what you will get. Okay. So. Sorry, I had a bit of apple stuck in my teeth. Right, let's do this. Let us see what our inner temple is saying to us today, our guidance for today, our daily guidance. You know, I always try and give you a daily guidance. Of course, it will stop in a few weeks because I'll be back at work. But I will try my best to keep up as much as possible, even like in the evening or whatever. I will make sure I am always here for you because you're here for me. You remember that. You give me so much. You allow me to be blessed to give you this wonderful guidance, and I am learning all the time. I'm opening my gifts, my channeling. I am becoming happier and more joyful in everything I do because I do this, and I'm connecting with love to my spirit team, so, and with love to you. So thank you for allowing it to me. If you have never come across me before, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining 10 minutes in. Stick around. Hopefully you'll enjoy this. Hopefully you will like it. Hopefully you'll subscribe and stay. Be part of this beautiful network. Of course, if you are going to do that as well, you might like to check out the podcast area of this channel, which is beautiful podcasts with some amazing people I resonate with, I have met, who have overcome traumas and challenges, and they are sharing their guidance, sharing their light, whether it's through affirmations or Reiki, or coaching or mentoring or tarot or anything like that, any way in which they have overcome things, or they use what they are being guided to use to share. And that is why they are on the Guiding Voice podcast, and that you will find under podcast. So go there and listen to a couple of them. You'll really love them. Oh, interesting. We have got scarcity and plenty. So yesterday we had summer and winter, in a summer and in a winter, and today we've got the scarcity and we've got plenty that have come out. I'm being told to look underneath again, so I will do. Sensuality. So really being, remember I said about ourself, our sensuality, learning our senses, all of our senses, using them. When you are ready to hear something, you will hear it, you will feel it, it will resonate in some part of you. You will see it because you won't just scroll past. Okay, it all starts to make a bit more sense when we use sensuality. It's not about sexuality, it's about being our sensual self, being very in tune with our mind, our body and our soul. 3 things. Okay, right, so scarcity, let's have a little look. Scarcity. I just want to get my Starseed Oracle. We have Starseed Oracle that came out as well today for us. So that's very magical. Both of these decks are Rebecca Campbell. If you have never seen her, look her up. She's brilliant. Okay, scarcity. Why have we got scarcity? What is this about, guys? What are you feeling? Oh, there's plenty and scarcity. That's why we have to go find plenty first. Plenty, there it is. Scarcity is about lack, needing, grabbing, desperation, not enough, depletion, exhaustion, should, resentment, taking more than you need, panic, worry, or separation. This is a card about resourcing and receiving. It can be a reflection of your current mindset or energy levels, or it can be a representation of where things may be headed. So the hardest days will eventually pass. Remember, that was our guidance earlier on. Based on how you're currently spending your thoughts, energy, and time, it's about your mindset and the way you live your life, as much as it's about your physical reality. So for our current beliefs, thoughts, energy, and behaviors can influence our future physical reality. Scarcity is a reflection of lack, desperation, even exhaustion. The well is running dry and things cannot keep going the way they have been. If this card appears with the scarcity right side up, this can indicate that it's an invitation to shift your energy, your thoughts and behaviors away from what's unsustainable. So remember, we started off talking about me doing a bit of cleaning and putting things on, listing things on the Facebook page and, you know, cleaning up. And this week's energy is about those last things, those things on the list that you don't seem to get to. That's what needs to happen this week. And some of those things on a list can be quite traumatic. They can be quite unnerving. They can be quite, you know, heart-wrenching even, you know, but you've got to do it. Whether it's having that conversation, whether it's visiting that situation, whether it's cleaning up a cupboard, a drawer, your finances, whatever this is, okay, it's causing you to be sitting in a frame of mind that you don't need to be in for your new chapter. You need to have the space to clear it out. So don't allow the scarcity of something stop you from believing and trusting that you can go forward. Because if you remember, nothing is impossible was on the other side of this. And there's these hard days, these moments, these situations will change. You won't feel it once you overcome it, once you go past it, once you achieve it, do it, whatever it is, okay? So make sure that is something that this week you focus in on. I mean, it can be as simple as tidying up your desk at work, you know, or doing that filing that you can't bear to do, or decluttering your desktop, whatever it is. Trust me when I'm telling you, this is about making space for new things. All right, so let's see, based on this then, what is this guidance then we have from our Starseed Oracle? Now remember, we're talking about high up above. We're allowing this energy to guide us, and it's coming through, it's coming down. Starseed, we've had yesterday, we had the grounding. Today we seem to have gone a little bit higher. We got our heart chakra and we have got our crown chakra with a star seed. And you may be a star seed. And star seeds right now are awakening up, awakening to change. Okay, ready to deliver that change. We have got, I remember, soul plan. Exactly, the fated life versus a destiny life. So we can't be in scarcity. And the fated life, remember, is the life that is quite comfortable. It's eating those crisps or those chips, whatever you want to call them, instead of an apple, right? The destiny life is doing something a little bit out of the comfort zone, is really trusting in the process, trusting that things are going to shape up and change for you. We have breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. So let that happen for you. You know, it's that trust in the process, trust in how this is manifesting for you. We've got wait. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. And that was one of the energy this morning in the TikTok about patience, having the patience. You know, going through that list can be a little bit, I can't be bothered, but you have to have the patience. You need to make sure that you get this sorted, get things done. Okay, universe is going to show you how good it gets once you make the space for the universe to deliver it. Baby steps, exactly, action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. So we've got wait. I'm going to put these two over here. I remember in Breath of the Cosmos, and we have got baby steps and we have got wait. Baby steps and wait. So in the waiting, we are learning. Okay, so having the rest, taking your time, not responding to things that necessarily you need to right now, making sure that you have that patience. Whereas the baby step is about, okay, fine, I do need to take some action in order to achieve this. Okay, I do need to take action to clean up, to sort out, to communicate, to achieve something. Okay, but your intuition is very heightened right now in this beautiful supercharged solar eclipse energy. And it's really about you going, I don't need to sit and wait anymore with the feeling of nothing. I can sit and wait with the feeling I have everything, all I need. Very different feeling. And that's what this energy is trying to extract us. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition. Turn your gaze within. That's what Spirit wants you to know right now. Turn your gaze within. Okay? Right, let's get our book. I remember soul plan. I remember. There was a moment before you were born when you chose to the conditions of the life you're all living right now, when you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. So the fated life is the one we are born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses. It takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life, to trust the path your soul is calling you towards, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision. Do I believe I have nothing? Or do I believe I have all I need? Scarcity or plenty, isn't it? So to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all part of the larger plan. So the breath of the cosmos is about when we rely only on our own will, we're micromanaging the universe. We're not trusting the mysterious breath of life. We're rejecting the great cosmic intelligence and relying instead on our personal strength. So when you surrender to the greater will of life, you begin dancing with the rest of life. When you bow to the great mystery and say, please use me, please show me the way, little by little you find yourself living the most fulfilling, authentic life. When you surrender your personal will, when you relinquish control and release the way you think things should be and surrender to the greater will, you find yourself being led. You begin breathing the breath of life. So place this card on the portal of your heart and whisper, I am willing to stop relying on my own strength and personal agenda and instead surrender to the breath of life. Dear God, help me move from my will to thy will. Please lead me. Please show me the way. And that is one of the biggest things for me, even this weekend, being sort of completely changed and what have you. I realized when I was telling my beautician about it, actually I had sort of gone, well, I want to do this, I want to show the universe this, and I started to sort of control things, my thoughts, the story in my head. I started to imagine that, I was anticipating, and the universe goes, no. So, when you do something and all of a sudden you think, oh my goodness, I'm here. That's what the surrender is all about. That is what it means by, letting God help you move from my will to thy will. Yeah, that's when you turn around and go, I'm here. This is happening. I can't believe it. Yeah. That's where we are at the moment. And that is why Spirit wants you to spend the time this week clearing up, tidying up, sorting out. We also have wait. Wait, don't rush. It's not time. Things are being woven in our fast, loud, reactive, comparative world where an instant response is so often expected, at times even a currency. It can feel almost impossible to take a breath, let alone give ourselves the space to rest, wait, and reset. So I had to do that this weekend, didn't I? Sunday. That's exactly what happened with me. So when guidance doesn't come in these extreme speeds, it can feel as though something's gone wrong, but often not receiving guidance is guidance in itself. When you ask for guidance and don't receive it, it can often mean wait. It's not yet time. The details are being woven. Our challenge is to keep trusting when on the surface it appears that nothing is happening. To remember that no matter how long or bitter the winter, spring does always come. The hardest days will eventually pass. Something's going on here. To remember that you don't need to solve all the world's problems in a single day, and that perhaps they'll be better solved with some perspective and a good night's sleep. So this card is your permission to slip, to slow down, switch off and rest. You're being reminded to have patience, there's the word patience, and trust the mystery of life, to trust that things are being woven. Trust your process. It may not be happening in the timeline you'd like, but if you gather up the patience, it will be orchestrated better than you could ever imagine. And so when you're ready to take some little, if you have to do something to clear up or whatever, those baby steps are really important. You're being called to take grounded action in response to your soul's calling, to start where you are and begin building in a consistent way. So many people stop themselves from living a soul-led life because they're waiting to know the destination before taking the first step. And how many times do we say that to ourselves? Oh, I won't do that until I have enough money. I won't do that until I have enough time. I won't do that until somebody comes and asks me, tells me, shows me. Yeah? So our soul is always calling us. Our intuition doesn't work like this. Every moment of every day, the way to find yourself living in harmony with the cosmos is to listen to your soul's baby calls and whispers each and every day, to take that grounded action in the direction of those calls and whispers. So it might feel like it's not much, you know, it might feel like, oh, I just have to do, you know, one little tidy up that's been nagging at me. It's not much, which is why we don't do it. But it could be really important because it is giving the message, isn't it? If you resonate with it, it's time to opt for consistency over urgency. Time to take baby steps in the direction of your calling. To remember you don't have it all figured out or know exactly where the path is leading you. You don't have to know every single step along the way before you set up or set out on your great journey. You just need to take the next step. And my sister actually said that to me. She just needs to take her next step. Just keep going. And she's really focusing this week on doing exactly that. And it helps her. But you see, when we live in our now, that is when we can do this. When we're too busy thinking about what's happening in the future without even knowing anything, or without living in our now, we're forgetting, we don't hear, we don't see, our sensuality, our senses get ignored. Somebody needed to hear that. Okay, let's go to this beautiful Victorian deck, tarot deck. I love it, with the pink, the beauty of the pink, and of course of the love. We have got Ace of Pentacles and King of Wands. Look at that. Ace of Pentacles, all about something new coming in. Something exciting, stable. It could be money. Could be money. Okay, so let's see. Well, universe, show me how good it's going to get. These tarot cards. What about the love? What is this all about for us today, please? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Keep going forward. Keep going forward. The King of Wands. The King of Wands. He's been out a few times with the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and we have got the Queen of Wands. So we have got a bit of a pairing here, which is quite interesting. He did jump over there. So I'm going to just sort of, and he kind of was in a bit of a reversal when I picked him up as well. Okay. So I kind of feel like he's he's not quite arrived. You're sitting in this beautiful Queen of Wands energy. You have got a beautiful Three of Cups. Maybe you are sort of, it's always about a bit of a celebration, the cups. It's about an emotional balance. It's about being with people you really enjoy being with, doing things you really enjoy. Okay. You can see how happy their faces are. They're really looking up, enjoying. And you also have the Nine of Pentacles, where I feel like, you know, you've been working on some things. You've been readying yourself. You know, that foundation is being built. You are choosing you. So he now, the King of Wands, your counterpart, kind of jumped over there, didn't he? Didn't even jump to the side. He jumped behind me. So I feel like he's maybe on the horizon. And this is where I was sort of giving the idea of sometimes we just, oh my goodness, this has happened because we've surrendered to it. And I feel that is what this energy is telling me. You're surrendering. You're giving yourself the time to know how much you've been working on things. You're enjoying company with others, like-minded people, enjoying what it is that you are. And you're sitting as that beautiful Queen of Wands energy. Okay, and she is very much in touch, Queen of Wands, with her beautiful senses. You know, she knows what she's thinking, doing, feeling. Okay, let me just go here to the Queen of Wands for you first of all. Our beautiful Queen of Wands. Our beautiful Queen of Wands is about courage, charisma. It's about confidence, okay? So the fated life versus the destiny life. The Queen of Wands is looking at the destiny life. She knows that she has to maybe take a bit of a step. She knows she has to be strong and brave. The Queen of Wands embodies warmth, charisma, independence, and creative confidence. She encourages self-assurance and expressive leadership. The Queen is fierce and determined. People are drawn to her leadership and inspired by her passion. If you are the Queen, be confident in your power. And these people here, the Three of Cups energy, looks like they are being quite inspired. They look like they are standing there celebrating you. So you are meeting the right people, doing the right things. With the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is all about celebration, friendship, and socializing. I didn't get that chance this weekend. This card represents celebration, friendship, a supportive community. It highlights shared joy and emotional upliftment. A celebration such as a wedding may be coming. This card also encourages you to spend time with your closest friends, who give you the joy and the support. With relationships, the social activities and group gatherings will help strengthen your relationship. These settings can also help you find a relationship. Not for me. But you, okay? Trust in this. With career, this is a good time to collaborate with your colleagues on projects. There may also be cause for celebration at work, such as an office party or even a promotion. Okay, because the Nine of Pentacles is you have been doing the work. Luxury, success, independence. This card represents independence, comfort, and enjoying the rewards of your work. So after your hard work, you've achieved your independence, your stability, and you can indulge in the luxury, the celebration of the success. A good balance of independence and support characterizes the relationship. The two of you may also be pampering yourselves with fine dining or trips if you have got somebody in mind. Career, you've been working hard in your career and are finally able to enjoy what you've accomplished. So I had to pause this because I was on the phone to my program manager, and she keeps saying that with me as well. And I don't like change. I start getting a little bit, I like change, but I get a bit itchy-scratchy, but she's pushing me for this change thing at the minute, and I've got to go with it. I've just been told, you've got to go with this. Stop resisting. So I'm surrendering. From now on in, I am surrendering. So I'm just going to go back to our lovely King of Wands and just see why he flew out over my back here and he was in his reversal. There's somebody here, he's action orientated normally, but it could be that the King of Wands, he symbolizes vision, command, and inspiring leadership. He represents confidence and passion and decisive action, very much like our beautiful Queen, charisma and independence and what have you. However, what I'm hearing is you need somebody who aligns with you. Perhaps that's what you're clearing out. The person that doesn't align with you right now, which is why he was in a reversal. Or it could be that this person, okay, isn't quite ready. Because the reverse king can abuse his power to bully people. His pursuit of his goal may also turn into selfish arrogance. Distance yourself from this energy. Perhaps that's all you needed to know, this clearing, okay? Because maybe this King of Wands, even though you might think he's your counterpart, and indeed he might be, but he needs to change something. Because it might be why you're feeling scarcity instead of plentiful. It's why you have gone on the fated life. Maybe you're used to this. You know, having those chips instead of changing up your eating habits and having an apple. Anyway, let's have a little bit more insight into our lovely situation here. I'm going to ask for some insight, actually. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, not my runes. I want my cosmic insights. Can we have a little bit more detail, please, Spirit, on this King of Wands situation? What is this all about? Okay, they'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. Perhaps they're no longer in your life. Perhaps you have had a bit of a separation scenario, which is why he was over there. Perhaps you sent him on his way because of his selfish arrogance or the fact that he might have lied to you. And liar came out very clearly on top of our Queen and the ladies. So I just want to say this because I'm hearing it, and maybe it has come to light. Is there somebody here that has been a bit sneaky, that has upset something for you, that has maybe come to light? Perhaps that's why the scenario with our king, somebody that was a little bit sneaky in your social circle, because we have got, they'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. All right. So just going to say it. It could have been that I say he, could be your energy, your person, because we've also got the honeymoon. So baby steps, honeymoon, baby steps. It's attending someone's wedding, and we did read about that. So in the social life, and your social wedding could be coming about. So maybe there's something about, I don't know, meeting somebody. Let's ask for a bit more detail. This honeymoon, please. This situation. What is this about, please? What can you tell me? Because we don't want the fated life. We want the destiny life. So maybe where you will end up going on this journey for a wedding. Pets, getting a new pet, giving a current pet more love. Okay. I'm finding this jumped out on they'll be back. And it could be something to do with a pet. Okay. They might contact you about a pet. They might bring you a pet. They might bring you a new pet. Okay. But it could be a conversation starter about pets. Okay. Getting a new pet or giving current pet more love. Oh. Okay, this person could be a water sign, or you could be a water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And final, what is this about? Open your heart. It will help you attract more love. And it literally has come out on top of the honeymoon. So take it as it resonates for you. You will know. You will know. We've also got this moving card. Some sort of movement. Change of residence. Moving in with your partner. So perhaps he will return. It could be very much about a scenario where it's going to make you feel blessed and loved. I mean, pets for me are something that is unconditional love, okay? And perhaps that is what is going to come out of this whole thing. So, you know, taking a baby step, a little bit of an action, perhaps taking this forward really does change something for you. Or it's about following your intuition before it makes sense, you getting this invitation, this guy in reverse tries but not interested, and we get moving and we get to be somewhere else. Open up your heart to this new love, to more love, to attracting love. Remember, we started this whole reading because of this card that was the love card, and I took these cards because of it. Anything else? This is a cycle. Fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. And we also have spy. So someone has their eye on you, doing their research. So this is a new cycle. I mean, it's come out on top of open up your heart and attend somebody's wedding. You know, it literally could be. And you could be an earth sign, or this new person could be an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So the earth sign has come out. So we have got, and I kind of feel like I'm putting it over there with this king and the queen. You're sitting very much in this independence. This person, often when we have this separation scenario, your energy comes back to test you, to make a change for you. Could have been somebody else, which it could have been the sneakiness. It could be somebody else in your social circle. Okay, third party interference that caused something, and it might come out. Okay, so trust in what this is. It resonates with you. Okay, the sabotage could be whatever, but I think you're going to hear from this person. It could really change. I think it's about trusting in your destiny life and really understanding that maybe there was something here that you needed to heal, see different, and maybe sitting in your Queen of Wands energy, it'll feel like that. Remember, this is a soul plan. It's being woven as we speak. It's being woven as we speak. The hardest days will eventually pass. Nothing is impossible. So maybe you thought this scenario was impossible. Try and see whatever resonates for you. I hope that makes a bit of sense. Anyway, that is your reading for today. That's your daily guidance. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe, like, and if not, that's absolutely fine. I don't mind, but it always helps the channel when we keep our messages going. So thank you for being here. I am blessed to have been given this opportunity for you. So take care. Bye-bye.